Hey guys, and how's it going? This is a, 15, 20-year-old Toro riding mower that got donated to me. And the backstory that I have on it is they were sucking up weeds, I think, in the fall. And it suddenly died on them. And that was it. The person moving, getting out of a house into a townhouse. And essentially just gave it to us. We're going to go figure out what happened to it. I think the motor is locked up, more than likely. Again, it died while it was running, and it wasn't like it was sat and they tried to run it. I have not looked at it other than loading it onto the truck. I think we'll do a little bit of autopsy on it. Possibly we can fix it. Possibly we're just going to tear it apart, find out what happened. So let's get set up, and then we'll get that hood off of there, get us a little room, and let's go start wrenching. These things are pretty easy. They don't even have any bolts you got to take out. Just got to get the power wires to the headlights. And you kind of, almost like a tailgate on a pickup. You find the happy spot, halfway open, and you should lift right out. There you go. Makes for a little bit of room. I know it looks a little bit dirty. It looks dirty, but when you're doing fall cleanup, that's generally what happens. As you kick so much dust up, it really creates a storm. My mower does the exact same thing too. It's a tad low on oil. It's got oil in it, but it is low on the stick. I'm sure it doesn't help things. I don't know if the battery has any power in it. You probably go bump in the key and just get an idea of what happens. If you sit on the steering, get the brake pedal go. Yeah, that's all looking good now, is it? Let's see if we can get anything. Yeah, she's not turning. Okay, so we got a locked up motor. Let's pop this cover off, get that out of our way, and we'll get into a little bit more, be able to grab a little on the flywheel a little bit more too. Put those screws up. Common in our area too is a mouse nest. That's an issue. No, it's pretty clean. Let's see if we can go give it. That's it. It's turning. Chalky, it's turning. The starter's in the engaged position. It's locked in the up position. That's probably just from trying to crank it with the starter. Let's see if we can get that down. Is that even in there tight? No. So that's not any part of the issue. Let's get the plug out of it. I'm starting to think that the oil level's low. You can kind of see it's been seeping oil around it too. Everything is, even all the seams. You see oil wet. You see oil wet around the oil filter. My guess right now is it just kind of ran low. Probably locked up on the crank, but that's just guessing. Big thing is whether the connecting rod let go of the piston. It looks normal. Alright, see if it goes. Let's go get a screwdriver down inside there. Or pick. See if that piston's moving up and down.
Come on.
Yeah, the piston's moving, that's good. Huh. Yeah. So the piston and the connecting rod and the crank are still connected to each other. And now it's freeing itself up. Maybe not totally fried after all. I'm going to take a quick peek. Let's take a peek underneath on the crank. Make sure we got nothing going on with the pulley or the flywheel jamming us up to get a higher belt up here that drives the trans. Make sure there's just nothing jammed up inside there. Huh. Yeah, it's not making a full turn though. Is that rubbing right there? No. That clunk's not good. They're not supposed to do that. I still think we got a rod problem. And you'll pop you back in the stand and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, so we can get the spin all the way around. The starter's out of the way now, if you want down. Yeah. Something definitely like sounds like stripped gears, doesn't it? That weird, that noise. top of this engine off of here while it's all in one piece. Well, I'm having to, remove it. I think we could take the whole top right off of here. Let's get the flywheel off. We know it's got some kind of internal damage. Something is just not, maybe the governor let go. It's getting better. Let's see if the starter will spin it. I don't know what the battery's got for a charge. That don't sound good. Yeah, it's got some internal issues. Let's get the flywheel off of it. Let's get that flywheel off of there. I'm going to turn it back on a little bit. Get underneath it with a pry bar. Area not going to harm anything. Let's go right where that bolt is there. So you get that. I want to get that plate to go upward. And I'll whack down with a hammer and see if we can get it to pop. I'm right on the magnet. It's fighting me. And you're going to have to take, let's see if we got room there. Damn it. There we go. It didn't shear the flywheel key. That's still good. There you go. Put it away. Let's look at the magnets real quick. I've seen where the magnets have broken themselves off too and caused it to jam up. I don't see that being an issue though. All right. So the crank's going to stay behind. We need to get rid of the charging system. We'll unbolt the starter, get that out of the way, and then we'll get all these bolts all the way around off, and we'll see if the case, we can get the top of the case to pop off of here. I think this can stay. Yeah, we get this out of the way. Some of the other hardware, see if we get this to pop up. Of course, it's not the same. Starter out of the way, but they got like a little quick clamp on the wire going to the charging system. I don't know if we can get on that or not. One of those little one-way tabs. Need a little poker. Get on there with that. Throw that in. The wire free. I don't think that's going to stop us. I can get it out of our way though. We can flip it up out to the side because the plugs go into a bunch of other plugs. It's not like I can take it right off the system. Blocks, I don't know. I think that's it. There's all the crud that's on it. I'm gonna take a minute to take a rag, kind of clean some of this crap off so it doesn't go falling. See if we can get a hammer underneath, tap the cover, see if it'll pop up for us. Let's give her a couple taps, see if it comes free. Seems like something's holding it somewhere still. Give it a couple more taps. It's free, but it's just the gasket material. Down to the side. Probably a couple of dowel pins too. So the oil filter on it, it feels like. Let's get that key out of the way. That might have a problem for us too. Yeah, that seal's gonna probably run into it. It's up about a quarter inch all the way around. I still have the oil filter on. I don't know if that's running into something. I think so. The other thing I see is like a set screw right here. Let's give her a little bit more taps. The air cleaner housing has me. There. I think that's all of it, but the lip is up over the cover. Something. There we go. Something fell. Probably a governor, I would think. Let's go. Put that to the side. Let's take a peek, see if we see anything that's totally fried right away. Looks like it was probably a thrust washer. That might be the governor right there. Or that might be a decompression valve. I don't see one on the other side. Yeah. Go grab a light. And look down inside. I don't see any ballooning on the crank. I don't see any immediate telltale. What was here? Something was right there that's not there anymore. Did that go on to? That fell right in this, lines right up in this groove right here. And it's got some hammering. That's kind of suspect, doesn't it? Okay. Counterbalance shaft, and maybe whatever pin was in there, it seemed like it fell out. I don't know if that was it, huh? Then we'll go grab a light. We'll take a peek down the side, see what we can see. Yeah, I've never had one of these apart before. That's the governor lever right here. That's probably something that did fall apart. That might be where that pin is right there, whatever the governor assembly that was on that. Lined up right there. I see pieces. And I see a governor gear. Is that gear? That gear is gone. I think the governor might have blew apart. Go pull up some bits. Oh yeah. Well, here's your problem. The governor destructed itself, and then I wonder if it went full throttle or it just jammed itself. Probably just jammed itself in the gears or in the crank and stopped it from turning. I did not expect to see that. It was oiled up on light too. And what piece is that? Got it. I thought we were going to have a problem with low oil. Seizing the crank. Nope, we got metal bits. Or something. There's shrapnel. What is that? What is that? It's all part of the governor too? Huh. A little further. Yeah, that's part of the governor. That's nothing. I thought that was something right there. That's part of the case. Let's drain the oil out of it. I wanted to leave the oil in because I wanted to see what we had for a level. I don't think that was what it failed for. Yeah, little bits and pieces. Let's go drain the oil out of it so if the level comes down, we'll get to see kind of what's floating underneath all that crap down there. See if we see anything else that's an issue. And where all that stuff came from, which I believe is going to be stacked up right here. And then again, this is kind of, it's counterbalanced. All right, let's get the oil out of it. We'll get a better idea. Yeah, I definitely expected to see the rod just blowing out from the rest of it. Definitely say it does need did need an oil change. Let that pee out for a while. I'm going to lift up the other side of the tractor a little bit and tilt it this way to give it a little bit better flow. We'll let that level go down. We'll see what kind of dinosaurs are left when we drain the swamp there. Little bits are on the bottom. We'll